Funding for Fair 2025 is provided by...
At Iowa Corn, we know that corn is more than just a crop. It fuels our cars, feeds our livestock, and is in over 4,000 products on your grocery store shelves. Iowa doesn't just grow corn grows Iowa. Learn more at iowacorn.org.
As Iowans, we all want clean air, land, and water. Iowa's pig farmers do too. The Iowa Pork Producers Association invites you to learn more at iowapork.org/wecare.
Since 1929, Wellaby has offered insurance solutions to help people protect their health and financial well-being. Wellaby strives to empower people to be well prepared, and well protected. Learn more at wellaby.com.
The Pella Roll Screen Foundation is a proud supporter of Iowa PBS. Pella Windows and Doors strives to better our communities and build a better tomorrow.
Banking in Iowa goes beyond transactions. Banks work to help people and small businesses succeed. And Iowa banks are committed to building confident banking relationships. Iowa Banks, your partner through it all.
Hello and welcome back to our third night of Iowa State Fair highlights. I'm Bill Riley. From the very beginning, the Iowa State Fair has been rooted in agriculture. What started in 1854 as a way to showcase Iowa's best crops and livestock has grown into a celebration of hard work, creativity, and competition, values that still shine through today. On tonight's show, we'll see how that tradition continues. In the dedication of FFA members working hard in the sheep barn. It's in the fiddle contest celebrating 100 years of toe-tapping history. And it's in the butter cow where Sarah Pratt crafts a fair icon loved by generations. It's gonna be a great show. And we'll kick it off with something sweet. It's the Scotcharoo SnackDown inside the Elwell Family Food Center.
So Celine, tell us about the Scotcharoo contest. We're really excited. This is a first-time contest. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so this is the first time that we've hosted this. My brother is actually the sponsor this year. We're just looking for a good, a nice, good taste, good texture, and then how does it look?
Okay, well, I definitely think this is a 10 for appearance. I love the dominoes. That is so adorable. Oh my gosh, and they have the rules for dominoes on here. That is such a nice touch.
Scotcharoos are the most decadent but the most simple dessert. I have so much nostalgia about them growing up with them, and when somebody shows up with a plate of Scotcharoos to a function, that person understood the assignment. Like they're just so good. The butterscotch is such a unique flavor, and it just really feels Iowan, and it feels just perfect.
It's kind of an Iowa thing. We were out on the East Coast at a football game, an Iowa football game in D.C. at Maryland, and some guy comes up and goes, I heard about these Scotcharoos, my wife's from Iowa, I got to have one. So we gave him one, and so that's kind of what triggered this. I think this would be a good idea. Aaron thought it'd be a good idea, so.
Hi, I'm Erin Moore. That was my dad talking earlier. It was a gift to him to sponsor this year. It was my Christmas gift, so I was saying, now I know what to get him every year for Christmas.
What started out as a unique Christmas present has turned into a really cool contest here at the Iowa State Fair. 48 people entered their Scotcharoos into this contest.
I actually never entered a food contest before, and so when I saw it was a new category this year, I was like, well, first time entry, first time category, so it just kind of made sense to try.
This is a recipe I got from my mom. My mom taught me everything I know about baking.
And first place goes to Darvin Graham. Please be here. Yay! Come on up.
This is my first ever food contest ever. I've been thinking about entering a Scotcharoo the last couple of years in like a no-bake category, and I saw this one come up as a Scotcharoo contest. I'm like, I gotta do it.
Well, the presentation is beautiful, but that isn't the only reason why you won. The taste is spectacular.
I've been working on a recipe over the last year or so. I've made so many batches of Scotcharoos, but it's fantastic.
Do you have a Scotcharoo tattoo? That's what I thought. Okay.
Just a couple days ago, I got a Scotcharoo tattoo on my arm. It's still kind of healing, but Scotcharoos have become kind of my thing over the last year.
He was committed, so he deserves to win.
This year we're celebrating the 30th anniversary of the movies Toy Story. And it's a little bit of our own version of Toy Story, so we're incorporating a lot of the different storylines. Our storyline is the Toy Story toys coming to the Iowa State Fair. One of the challenges this year has been what scale to do the toys in, because in the movie they can create a zoom in and zoom out. And so we've tried to do that for the viewers because the toys are small, right? But we want them to be able to see them in lots of detail. So we've done a little bit of playing with that storyboard idea and like having the toys different scales in each window. So you have Toy Story starting in the 1990s all the way through. And we're trying to touch on all those different iterations and different aspects that come into the Toy Story storyline. It's been really fun to work with my daughters who were kind of more in the Toy Story 2 era and kind of work through what are the highlights for each of the different movies. We have 4 windows this year filled with butter. In the first window you come to, it's Andy's room. We borrowed ideas from Toy Story 2, where in Toy Story 2, Rex is playing a video game and he clicks onto a TV station and catches Al's Toy Barn. And instead he's clicked on footage from Iowa Public Television's over the years fiddle contest. So it's a rerun, right? And so it's the idea that, oh my goodness, the fiddle contest. And Jessie is inspired. And she conspires with some of her friends to sneak out of Andy's room. And so in the next window, you see Jessie on Bullseye riding on the turntable as she's like galloping to the Iowa State Fair to catch the fiddle contest, which is celebrating a 100-year anniversary. And of course, Woody and Buzz are in tow and they're getting to the Iowa State Fair. And of course, they have to stop by the Butter Cow. And then in the last window, you see a fiddle player. So 2 years ago at the Iowa State Fair, we met Mary Savig. She's the head curator at the Renwick Gallery at the Smithsonian American Art Museum. We were thinking that she just wanted some advice on what kind of displays to put in, not knowing that it was going to be a life-size butter sculpture that they had in mind. We have just returned from Washington, D.C. and have completed our very sweet butter cow that will be on display at the Renwick Gallery as part of the State Fair's Growing American Craft exhibit that opens August 22nd and will be on display there along with items from state fairs across the nation for about a year. They were able to work with AMPI that provides our butter here and with Midwest Dairy to get butter delivered directly there. So we didn't have to bring butter all the way from Iowa, but we did bring a custom armature that we built. Every cow I do year to year is different. And so we didn't want it to be an exact replica, and it couldn't be anyway because each cow has its own personality. But we did visit a local dairy farm and got to take pictures of some dairy cows to like pick out a Jersey cow that we wanted to emulate. It feels so surreal to be part of a Smithsonian Museum exhibit. When I first started helping Norma sculpt, I didn't think that I would amount to more than her assistant. I thought I will soften butter for her and clean buckets and whatever I can be helpful. So it has just been a journey of one step after the next and an unfolding that I just couldn't have imagined. It feels like it's such a gift to be able to go and with my family to be able to have an exhibit in the Smithsonian. Like, it's just, I can't hardly believe it.
Next up, we meet Eli Johnson of Bedford, a student athlete, 4-H and FFA member who splits his time between the court, the track, and the barn. His goal, to bring the same grit he shows in sports to the show ring as he prepares to exhibit his pigs and lambs at the Iowa State Fair.
Mark, set, go!
Some might say track and field draws parallels with life, demanding your all at a moment's notice, testing endurance, and overcoming hurdles.
I just try to practice hard every day.
Eli Johnson has crushed expectations, showing relentless spirit as a wheelchair athlete and more. The Bedford senior takes on various disciplines year-round and has earned the right to compete in a state track meet every year as a high schooler.
I get up at like 7 and then go to school. I'll have cross-country track practice or basketball after school, and then I'll be on the farm till like 9 o'clock or later.
In addition to track, shot put, cross-country, and participation in a Kansas City-based wheelchair basketball league, Eli raises animals he shows on the county level and at the Iowa State Fair.
He pushes himself harder than we ever do. He is very active. He's always doing something. It wears me out just thinking about it sometimes.
My older brothers were involved in the farm and sports, and I just wanted to be like them and just do stuff that they did.
One of 5 boys, Eli's family backs all of his extracurricular endeavors. His parents, Kathy and Roger, are both educators and have imparted solid values, including faith, will, and drive.
Eli was born with spina bifida, so the physical therapist had told us that those kids just don't do anything. They just sit around, and we said no. We really advocated for him, that we really wanted him to be able to try to do something, to try to walk and do different things. And she was pretty persistent that no, he wasn't going to be able to, but Eli did, which kind of led to the cross country that he does now.
From a young age, Eli learned to use his stomach muscles to walk with special braces that were ultimately no match for his determination. He broke several pairs made from progressively durable materials and eventually adopted the wheelchair due to unforeseen circumstances.
During COVID, he kind of quit using them just because we knew everybody was busy at school. Plus his knees got a lot tighter, so that made it more difficult.
But Eli continued to push the envelope.
We have some hills to go from the house to the barns, and down the road we have hills. And so when he walks sheep, he's actually training for cross country. There's a monster hill up there. It makes his arms stronger, it helps his endurance, and definitely gets a lot of road work that maybe kids don't get in other areas.
Sometimes he'll have one sheep in one hand and have one tied to the back of his wheelchair, and so he'll have 2 sheep he's taking up the hill at the same time.
Eli has connected with different breeders at the Iowa State Fair who have helped him locate different animals to showcase.
I like showing at the state fair every year. It's really fun just meeting people and seeing everybody.
Whether it's in the show ring, on the court, or in the field, Eli hopes his accomplishments will help provide inspiration for others to overcome challenges in life.
It just shows that people in wheelchairs and disabilities can do anything that they want.
Next, we go to Pioneer Hall for everyone's favorite, the Fiddlers contest. Now, though it is a competition, everyone has a great time, even the losers. So get ready to snap your fingers, tap your toes, or maybe even cut a step or two with some rip-roaring fiddle music.
This is our 100th year of the Fiddle Contest. We're the longest running contest at the State Fair, And we're really proud of that, and we hope this tradition keeps going year after year after year. In the early years, you had to be 50 to even be in the contest. I believe one year they had to play just one song, the same song. So imagine 100 fiddlers playing the same song over 2 days or 3 days, however long the contest was.
Tell us briefly about the Fiddlers contest.
We have 3 judges, and there is cards fixed up like report cards. And each judge has a card for each contestant, and they're graded just like a school child.
Hopefully they're kind of looking for, is it in tune? Is it the timing good? Is it pleasant to hear? You have a waltz, hoedown, tune of choice. You can play them in any order.
The tradition is so embedded in this contest with the multi-generational, the people that hand down their love of their fiddle music to their children and grandchildren, and that is what is so pure and deep with it, rooted in this contest, is the generational families. Back in the day, the people had the barn dances, and they enjoyed getting together. The get-togethers of just the music and just wholesome dancing, and that's how they let loose when they worked all day. And I think they really enjoyed that camaraderie. And then this takes them back, because it's the old-time music that is timeless, and it takes them back to that moment, I think.
Whether I win or whether I come in on the finals or not, it don't make no difference to me, because I go for the fun of it.
We'll fix you up, Kurt.
I'm cool, stand up.
It's so traditional and timeless. It brings a lot of love and happiness.
It's toe tapping. It's rebel violin. How's that?
It is 3 o'clock, time for our finals.
It's like a little family reunion, because there's people out in the audience that come year after year after year. Sometimes the fiddlers that come in, this is the only time we see each other.
By 1 point difference, this year's runner-up, grand champion from Keokuk, is Kirk Brandenberger. That makes your 2025 Iowa State Fair grand champion fiddler from Des Moines, Kat Schmidt.
I grew up playing in this contest and with these people, so it's really awesome to come back every year. It is like a family reunion every year. I mean, about half the competitors every year learn from David Bellagante, who sort of runs the whole show these days. It's a great community, and any community these days is nice to have.
We are here at the FFA Sheep Show, and we're going inside the ring with some of these kids. We've had a chance to talk to some of the best, because they are showcasing the finest animals in the state.
I've only shown twice, but showing sheep I've been showing for 6 years. I won first place, breeding lightweight.
What do you like about showing sheep?
Winning and getting to have a work ethic with it, and Sometimes I love the sheep and sometimes I really just want them to go away. But when I love them a lot. If I walk them every day, you have to be confident the sheep feeds off of that.
Really, if you had to sum up today into a sentence, what would it be for you?
Life-changing. It would be life-changing, yes. My family has loved this fair. My great aunt, she's been coming here for quite some time. She recently passed away, and so coming here this year is just great and just shows a lot what it means to a lot of families.
It's crazy. We work really hard, and it's awesome to see it pay off in the ring.
What'd you just win?
Lightweight champion market you. Her name's Flo. It's short for Florence. I have like an Italian name thing with all my lambs. So I have a Florence, Luigi, Lorenzo. Yeah, I just thought it was fun. I like pasta, so go Italian. The quality here is impeccable, so it's really an honor to be able to show amongst all the great competitors here.
Every sheep's different, so you kind of, you're looking at yours, you're making sure they're set right, and then you're looking at the other ones like, okay, maybe I got a chance at this, and then, oh, that's a good one walking.
What'd you just win?
Middleweight market ewes. It means a lot to have a fair like this, deep classes, and just, the barn's full of sheep from here to the 4-H show, and to win a class like that means a lot. It's the depth that we go in the 4-H and the FFA show. It's competitive in Iowa.
And that's all from the sheep barn.
Would you dare to enter a fair contest? These folks did, and here's who came out on top today.
We're going to take a quick break, but don't go away. There are more can't-miss moments in the second half of our show. We'll marvel at the creativity and skill behind the displays in the agricultural building. We'll turn up the volume with Bandaloni, a performance you have to see to believe. And finally, we'll celebrate the achievements of Iowa's youth in the FFA Parade of Champions. You won't want to miss a second of it, so stick around for more Iowa State Fair highlights on Iowa PBS.
We want to know some of your favorite things. Are you more of a lemonade or a root beer person?
Definitely a lemonade.
Lemonade.
Root beer.
Lemonade.
Ooh, probably root beer.
I'm also a root beer person. Are you corn dog or turkey leg?
It's gonna have to be a corn dog.
Corn dog. Corn dog for sure.
Corn dog.
Corn dog all day. Sweet or savory?
Ooh, probably sweet. I go on the sweet side.
Savory.
Savory.
Sweet.
Probably sweet.
Savory.
Sweet. Sweet.
Milkshake or ice cream?
Milkshake. Milkshake.
Milkshake. Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
I'm gonna go with the shake so I can drive. Ice cream can get messy if you're driving.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Bill Riley. You know, one of the first stops for many fairgoers is the Agriculture Building, and with good reason. It's where Iowa's agricultural roots meet pure creativity, the beauty that comes from working the land. Charity Nebbe takes us inside to explore the artistry that makes this corner of the fair a true showstopper.
You come here to the fair to be a judge, but this is not the only category you judge.
We look at grain, we look at live plants, and it's a fabulous experience.
So what are your artistic credentials that you bring to this category?
Yeah, that's where it falls off. We know the crops and the grains that are going into this, but it's on a totally different level than judging commodity crops. So we collectively probably can put together one art judge out of all of us.
What do you think about this category?
Oh, I think this is great. I've been doing FFA for several years, and the students have gotten so much better every year. I'm amazed at some of the art. I mean, it's incredible the way they take the most obscure parts of the plant and use them.
The expertise that you bring is more related to crops. How do you feel you're qualified to look at these art projects?
Yeah, well, art might be on the limits of my qualifications, but certainly corn and soybeans and thinking about all the cool things you can do with it are pretty exciting. All the people that come to judge are really enthusiastic and are experts at what they do, and so that's what I enjoy.
So our criteria, a lot of it's around like originality as well as best use of the whole crop, not only just the grain. I'd vote for that one, number 2. Right. 1, 2.
Do you have a favorite item over there today?
Oh, it's a little toss-up between the barn scene and the rabbit.
Rhonda, the overall winner is the farm scene, but the runner-up is this bunny. Tell me why you're so impressed with the bunny rabbit. I mean, it's really cute.
It really is cute. And also, they've used a lot of products that we haven't had before, because you can use the whole product. You can use the corn cob, any part of the corn or soybeans, and we've never had it used in that fashion before, so it's really neat.
I was the floriculture superintendent many years ago. It's just kind of fun to see what the kids are doing, making sure that we're encouraging them. You know, that like today with the seed art, it was so hard to make the decisions. I mean, we really talked about some of them.
These kids are so talented. It was not an easy decision for either of us. I want to tell everybody out there, submit your designs again for next year. Make it hard for us. Make it really hard for us next year as well.
So you are a guest judge. This is quite the honor. How did you get the opportunity to be here?
The Blue Ribbon Foundation, we did bid on a package at the Corn Dog Kickoff, and we won the bid. And this was one of the amazing packages that was in the entire package, and I'm so excited I got to do this. I'm going to tell you, these kids are so creative and so accomplished.
Do you have a favorite piece?
I am partial to raccoons. My aunt actually had a raccoon as a pet, so I think that division was really hard for me, but I loved the designs for the raccoons for sure.
So today we have the 2025 4-H Sheep Skillathon. So we have kids from all over the state that come, and they are in teams of 3 individuals, ranging from at least one kid has to have less than 3 years of experience in the sheep industry, and the other 2 can have as much experience as they want. So these kids are going to be working together, going through 5 different stations, and they're going to be tested on various topics within the sheep industry, such as nutrition, health, biosecurity, breeds, and they work together to answer those questions.
This girl, is she at risk for catching the influenza from the pigs at all?
So we have experts here volunteering their time to be that facilitator. They judge them, it's out of 20 points, they hand in their card, and whoever has the most points wins.
Why did you decide to increase the distance between your healthy and sick animals with aerosols?
I've personally done it all 8 years so far of my 4-H experience. So right now we're here doing different meat labels. These are my 2 siblings, so it's just an opportunity to get closer to them and learn about sheep.
Where is that your answer? That is correct. Woo! All right, question 2. Which mineral is toxic to sheep if they get more than 25 parts per million in their diet?
So mine is focused on trace minerals and different supplementation. So I asked them questions and asked them to identify what these minerals are, and then I asked them questions on the significance that those have in their diet.
Is that what you want to go with? That is incorrect.
You know, you might be inexperienced within an industry, but you learn as you do it, right? Yes, it's a competition, but there's also learning that goes about it. Every year we have Skillathon, so the topics change year to year.
I don't know anything about the movie.
So a lot of it's life skills, honestly, is how to take care of something to the best of their ability, provide it the best start and the best finish that they can, and really be able to stick with something.
I don't know what this is.
So we're talking about health. Specifically, we're talking about some diseases and health issues of sheep. And so my station is to match some symptoms, treatments, and preventions to specific diseases of sheep. And it's a tricky one, but the kids have been doing good with it.
You ready to go through them?
It's just fun to kind of get to see what the kids are up to, see what they know, and get to teach them something new while I'm learning something new. I mean, I learned today that, you know, copper can kill a sheep if you give it too much, so.
I'm not very good, but I mean, I'm trying, I'm having fun. That's the most important part. There's stuff my dad doesn't even know that we're learning, and he says, this is the best time to learn it when you're young. When you're young, it'll drill into your mind and you'll remember it forever. When you're old, you don't really want to take anyone's advice. I mean, I learned more here than I do in school.
We are here with one of the strolling acts at the Iowa State Fair, the infamous Bandaloni. Tell us what we're going to see as you stroll around the streets.
Wow. Well, I basically sort of do 3 shows a day, 11, 1, and 3, right by the Pepsi clock, by the way, which is in front of the admin building. So it's a one-man band show. I perform with a full drum kit on my back, which includes hi-hat, tambourine, the kick drum, a snare drum. I even have a cowbell, because you can never have enough cowbell. You always need more cowbell. I have a trick guitar here that allows me to play bass as well as rhythm guitar at the same time. I can also do open tunings. I have a microphone device here that I've made, and this has 3 microphones on it. One is for my main vocal, one is for my harmonica, and this one is for doing real live harmonies. So I can sing harmony at the same time as well. So altogether I'm doing about 10, 11 things. This is my 26th year doing this, if you can believe it. Last year I celebrated my 25th anniversary reunion tour, and that's where we got the band all back together.
Well, I bet there's rich folks eating. How do you keep your mind organized?
Well, surprisingly, you know what? The secret behind doing being a really good one-man band is not to think about it. It becomes a dance routine after a while. It's kind of like it's a flow.
You're flowing.
I'm flowing.
You're flowing.
I'm flowing. There's a vibe, there's a feeling, and it's all about feel, and you got to not think. I come here every year, and there are so many lovely people that come up and thank me for being here and are grateful and come out to the shows, and I love that as well. And it's just become a really great symbiotic relationship between us all, where we all just kind of have a good time, we have fun, and we forget about our troubles, as we know there's many in the world today. And it's a really great opportunity just to get together, have some smiles, some laughs, and celebrate joy. All right, I'll wear them out. You take them home, folks. Woo! All right, good work.
The talent just won't quit. Today's Riley stage competition was packed with show-stopping moments who moved forward. Catch the Talent Championships this Sunday, August 17th at 8 p.m. on Iowa PBS.
The Iowa State Fair, it's all about fun, and the fair police work really hard to keep it that way. We spent some time behind the scenes to see how they make the fairgrounds safe for everyone.
How you doing, buddy? Have a good day at the fair. We're going to go over to gate 11 here. It's one of our busiest gates. It's the main entry point on the west side. At every gate, we have at least one guard on the gate. Last year, when we looked at gate 11, we realized that for foot traffic, it was the only ingress point on the west side of the grounds, and it sees a tremendous amount of traffic. So Fair made a quick decision last year that we would open Gate 13A, which is a pedestrian pass-through just north of Gate 13, and that allows the pressure on Gate 11 to be decreased. We also put a big sidewalk in. We'll wander down to Gate 10. Our number one goal is to enhance the safety of the fairgoers as much as reasonably possible. We partner with other agencies.
Day 3, we're at the
State Patrol obviously is a huge partner. They bring a tremendous amount of resources and professionalism. But we have over 60 part-time police officers and about 40 armed security officers and about 40 unarmed security officers. But that's fair time. The rest of the time we operate on a crew of 8 people. But this is gate 10, and this is the DART transit gate. This one is meant only for people that use the park and ride, which is a fantastic program. It saves the headache of parking, right? Such a fun thing to go somewhere and then you get there and you're like, okay, where do I park? Starting this year, they were allowing people to bring food and drink in. Obviously no weapons, no alcohol, but if you want to bring a soft-sided cooler with food, that's fantastic. If you want to bring your morning coffee in, that's great, bring it in. I think the decision was made that it just is not going to impact the bottom line of the fair, but it's going to enhance the experience for the fair goers so much. And honestly, it saves hassles at the gates. It makes it more efficient to get in.
Does it have any impact on safety efforts?
I don't believe so. I think that, we work closely with CSC. We test their mags every morning. Very positive partnership in how we manage gates throughout the grounds. Let's walk over and talk about pedestrian safety and our vehicle barriers. And so this year, we significantly limited the use of carts. We effectively have a red area where you just don't drive a cart. We have a yellow area where we tell staff and vendors you need to use discretion. And then we have the green areas, which tend to be the outer perimeter. And that has been just a fabulous way to get things done. New this year, these archer barriers by Meridian are designed to stop a vehicle. Now, we've got them spaced where a golf cart would fit through them, but a car, they would either have to slow down and try to get through, which would give us the opportunity to intervene better. Or if they tried to ram these, they will stop a car pretty well. You know, it's created more work for us, but that's what we're here for. So, you know, I don't want people to have to worry about safety. I'll do that. When I tell people I work for the State Fair, they get excited about it, which I'm excited about it. I think I might have the best job in law enforcement.
More than 2,000 students with almost 10,000 entries come to the State Fair each year to compete for top honors. There are 13 categories, including everything from photography to livestock. And the winners come here to the livestock pavilion to take a well-deserved victory lap.
In the Ag Mechanics and Technology Show, there were 91 exhibits shown by 87 members from 44 chapters. This year, 1,086 photographs were brought to the fair by 377 exhibitors from 92 chapters. In the Farm Crops Division, 67 students from 22 chapters had 360 exhibits that were judged here at the Iowa State Fair. There were 840 exhibits in the Horticulture Division shown by 53 FFA members from 27 chapters. 71 students from 24 chapters brought 767 flowers to the fair for judging in the Floriculture Division. This is Chloe Zittegrun. She is both a participant in the parade and president of the Iowa FFA Association.
This year will be my 4th time walking in the Parade of Champions, all for floriculture. The parade is insanely important to me, one from the experiences that I've had being able to walk into it, but also getting to highlight the members of Iowa FFA and seeing their hard work. Yes, you do get a ribbon, but no one sees the work that you do at home in the barn or that you do out in the garden.
The Rabbit Show had 285 exhibits that were brought to the fairgrounds by 43 members from 28 chapters. The Poultry Show saw 52 exhibitors from 34 chapters bring 527 exhibits to the Iowa State Fair for competition. The Avenue of Breeds is celebrating its 47th year at the fair. The North Polk FFA chapter at Alleman, which is responsible for the exhibit, has more than 90 animals on display. There were 1,030 exhibits in the Swine Division. In the Commercial Gilt Division alone, there were 253 animals shown by 198 FFA members from 107 chapters. In the Sheep Show, 711 exhibits were shown in 3 divisions. On its own, the Market Lamb Division had 334 animals that were brought to the fair by 196 exhibitors from 111 chapters. The Beef Show had 282 exhibits. Judges in just the Breeding Beef Show looked at 215 animals from 92 chapters exhibited by 176 members. The Dairy Cattle Show had 65 animals, shown by 28 members from 17 FFA chapters. 63 FFA members from 44 chapters brought 93 entries to the Iowa State Fair in the horse division. Congratulations to everyone who participated this year.
Boy, do we have a royal treat for you. The Flying Royals, whose high-flying, heart-stopping acrobatic extravaganza is sure to keep you on the edge of your seat. April, what are the Flying Royals?
So we are one of the only crisscrossing trapeze acts in the world. We travel all over the United States and we performed internationally in several countries. We use 3 bars and the catcher simultaneously, sharing the airspace, coming up with different patterns and maneuvers that can only be done on our rigging. It does take a lot of practice because we're trying to do stuff that no one else is doing in the air. We're here at the Iowa State Fair. It gives us a chance to do something a little different every day so the audience doesn't sit and see the same 30-minute show over and over again.
But not nearly as exciting as performing on the trapeze.
The other benefit of changing our routine as frequently as we do is that it gives everybody a chance to either like throw their really big skills for a week or kind of take a step back and let your body rest and be on the kind of easier track maybe that week.
Now, during this performance, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see a wide variety of tricks and skills on the trapeze. From beginning swings and maneuvers to the more advanced feats across to the hands of our catcher. Now, some of the maneuvers you'll
Trapeze is a game of inches. We do everything we can to make it successful. Consistency is key, but we do try to make it look as easy as we can. The crowds here have just been so expansive. It's incredible to be up there 35 feet in the air and just look around. It's a sea of people and everybody's excited to be there watching us.
Let them hear you, ladies and gentlemen, Cody, and Levi.
What'd you think of the show?
Oh, I loved it. I've been interested in aerials since I was really little, so this is a thrill to see.
You were, loudly cheering
Yes,
and
of
clapping
course.
and very enthusiastic. I'm sure they probably heard you and played off your energy.
Oh yeah, exactly. I know how hard they work because I'm actually in trapeze class right now, so I want to try to appreciate them as best I can.
Together, we are the Flying Royals. Have a great day out there at the Iowa State Fair.
Well, PBS, this is Justin Chudkowski here with the Flying Royals. We hope you thoroughly enjoyed that edition of Meet the Royals and Royal Spectacular. We hope you come again and we'll see you soon.
Well, my friends, we've come to the end of another hour of fair highlights. But there's so much more. We have 3 more nights of coverage for you. But if you can't wait until tomorrow night,
we're sharing even more fair moments on our website, our YouTube channel, and the PBS app, as well as our Facebook and Instagram pages. Check in with us anytime and join the celebration from wherever you are.
of course, we'll be back tomorrow night with another lineup of fair favorites packed with competition, where the whiskers are wild at the beard growing contest. The engines roar at the truck and tractor pulls. And the kids dig deep for victory on the pedal tractor track. You won't want to miss it. So thanks for joining us as we share these stories and traditions that make the Iowa State Fair so special. It's always an honor to be your guide. Until tomorrow night, I'm Bill Riley. Have fun at the fair.
Funding for Fair 2025 is provided by...
At Iowa Corn, we know that corn is more than just a crop. It fuels our cars, feeds our livestock, and is in over 4,000 products on your grocery store shelves. Iowa doesn't just grow corn, corn grows Iowa. Learn more at iowacorn.org.
As Iowans, we all want clean air, land, and water. Iowa's pig farmers do too. The Iowa Pork Producers Association invites you to learn more at iowapork.org/wecare.
Since 1929, Wellaby has offered insurance solutions to help people protect their health and financial well-being. Wellaby strives to empower people to be well prepared, and well protected. Learn more at wellaby.com.
The Pella Roll Screen Foundation is a proud supporter of Iowa PBS. Pella Windows and Doors strives to better our communities and build a better tomorrow.
Banking in Iowa goes beyond transactions. Banks work to help people and small businesses succeed. And Iowa banks are committed to building confident banking relationships. Iowa Banks, your partner through it all.